Hey, g'day gang, right again. First time I've done a few videos in 1 week for a while. Still a bit croaky, forgive me. This one's about crevicing hand pumps. And basically I'll tell you how to make one pretty quickly, pretty cheaply. And as we all know, the gold likes to be a bit of a sneaky bugger and hide in the crevices. So after you have a bit of a scrape, you want to be able to get it out of the crevice. So we reduce the size. So what we've got here is, where to start? Okay, let's go here. We have a completed item. And what we've used is, that's off a shopping trolley that I found. And it worked out that it fitted into what are the curtain brackets from Bunnings. They have a 32mm outer diameter and 19 on the inside. And for two of them, it's about $5, so that's pretty handy. The cap came from Reese's Plumbing, and it was about $5. And when I went to buy another one 2 weeks later, they tried to charge me $10. And as I got a little bit loud, the manager walked over and said, "Oh, that'll be $5, mate." So well done, Reese's. And as you can see, that's got the Bunnings wardrobe fitting for the interior of a cupboard for your coat hanger bar, I think we'll call it. And give us a look. Yeah, this end cap here, that is from Bunnings. You'll see it's got a dome on it, and that one's about, it's only about $1.75. But for the other one, because it's nice and flat, we go to Reese's Plumbing. This is a 25mm length of PVC. I think you get about 1 metre of it for somewhere crazy, about $7 to $11. This here is M6, 6mm. I think it was $6, $7, and the wing nuts were something like about $4. So not too expensive. Homemade handle on this one. I'll pinch that off what I used to hold a gold sluice in. I call it the plunger, but I'll pinch that handle. And basically, yeah. Now, I had trouble finding washers that would go snugly onto the, whoops, back over here I should say, back over the 6mm. So what I did was I bought oversized, and to trim them down to size, I put them on the end of a bit of wood and get the angle grinder onto it, and they kind of spin, and you just insert it into the pipe until it's a nice loose fit, snug, a little bit loose. And that's how we trim this size down to fit into the 25mm. And also, you don't want your screws popping up too much. You might be able to see they've got flattened off ends. So what I did there was, I put a screw into a piece of wood, and then I got to it with the angle grinder and flattened it down to a better length. So I think, oh yeah, once again, this is called, they sell it at Bunnings, and you can construct little garden beds and little garden kind of hothouses with it. But I'm thinking of making some kind of even smaller pop-in extension. I'm not quite sure, but that's optional. Now for this guy, it's either going to be a crutch. So some guys, if I see some guy hopping along the street, I'm going to go, "Oh mate, I found your crutch," and now I've cut it up to use for my crevice pump. Or it's going to be a little hand trolley thing that I also found, and that I think the diameter on that's going to be a little bit small. But we'll cut it up and we'll see what the best snug fit is in here. In here I've used plumber's glue and also a bit of silicone, so that's not going anywhere. I've got a little grub screw for that one. This one here, it does have a grub screw in it. I doubt if you can see down there. No, you can't. But it's actually possibly a little bit long. We may have blockages. I'm not quite sure, but that's the way it goes anyway. And this one was a prototype, a little bit bigger. But I think because it's a prototype, and it doesn't matter if I do something to the end of it that I'm thinking about, it doesn't matter if we wreck it. We won't wreck it, we'll just have to shorten the length. But I'm thinking of putting the end in here to squeeze it flat, and that gets you into the crevice even further. So this end is flat and then cut on a bit of an angle. So we'll probably experiment with that one. And yeah, then we need our little rubbers that go in between the the washers, the retainer washers that go in between the wing nuts. And to do that, basically I've just homemade jobs of what appears to be an old yoga mat that some horrible old sweaty hippie's probably been using, but it's been out in the water, it's washed away all the crap from them. And yeah, it's soft, but what it does is you put it in and it pops out. So once you squeeze the wing nuts tightly together, you get expansion on the rubber. Hang on, trying to get my head. Yeah, you get expansion, it comes out and creates a snug fit in the pipe. So that was a freebie. The nozzles are freebies. What were we saying? $10 for a length of all thread, 6mm, which has been used 2 times. Once again, about $4, maybe $5 for the wing nuts, more than one use, you can make more. Washers are about $3. Pipe was $7 to $11. This stuff here I just found, I can't even put a price on it. And also then the wardrobe bar retainers. That was $5 I think for 2 of those. And the caps. So I reckon somewhere around $20, $22 all up. And the rubber was a freebie. You can use any kind of rubber matting you can find actually. And there you go. And well, I've got the extension cord for this frickin' camcorder because the battery's gone. I mentioned that in my last video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this down here, and then I'm going to pick up. That's what happens when you have a cord. And I'll pick this up and we can just have a listen. Boy oh boy. So I think that's all reasonably cool, and we'll leave it at that. I'm only doing one take on this. I don't make money out of YouTube, so this is just to share a bit of knowledge. Happy hunting for the gold prospectors. Cheers.